Hello, everyone, and happy Sunday. I hope you have had an absolutely amazing weekend this weekend. It is time for our weekly sales update. So there are some home runs in here, and then there are some that I totally failed on. So I like to share both with you because I want to show you both what to do and what not to do. So we're going to go through these. I am going to show you 20 items that sold on eBay. I'm going to show you 5 that sold on Poshmark. No Mercari sales. There were a couple, but they were really negligible and really not worth showing. So Mercari has been slow. Poshmark has remained pretty steady, which sometimes they will flip-flop and sometimes Mercari is better than Posh. But we had an amazing day on eBay yesterday with over $1,000 in sales. But I'm going to show you my backdoor to eBay, and you'll see we are actually down 20%. And what I attribute that to is I was sick for almost a week and I really didn't get much done as far as listing. So that definitely will impact your sales. If you're not as active, not getting listings up, you don't see as many sales come in. So I am back listing. We had that amazing day yesterday. I'm not going to show you any really high dollar in this video. I am going to show you some $30 and $40, but I'm going to save the high dollar for a video that I will put out on Wednesday with only high dollar. And yeah, so let's go ahead, take a look at the back door so I can show you what our numbers are on eBay, and then we'll take a look at these sales. All right, so here's our chart. And again, not looking overly pretty for this month. Look at here, like from last Saturday all the way to this Saturday, all week, we did not have a single day at $500, which is my goal. So today I'm recording this kind of mid-afternoon. We're only at $120 for today. I have not gotten any listings up today though, so hopefully after I record my videos, I will. So for the last week, we're at $27.70. For the month, we're down 20%. $12.8 is not a number I am happy with. But the last 3 months, we're still doing okay at 41,000. So what I'm going to do now is show you 20 sales that are from the last week that comprises 2770. Again, I will be omitting the high dollar ones and put that in a video for you for Wednesday. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of what sold. Up first is a thrift store find. So this was a dollar thrift store find. I have quite a few thrift stores around me. If you don't know that, I do have a second channel called Cat's Treasure Hunting, and you will see me pick those up. So this one was actually listed only a couple of weeks. I picked it up for $1 at the thrift store. It sold for $24.99. Very, very fast. So I have been telling you guys the last month, watch for football stuff. And that is because football season has just kicked into gear and people are looking for fan gear. So this is an Adidas USF Bulls green quarter zip polo shirt, University of South Florida, sold for that full price of $24.99. We'll take a look here. This one was in excellent condition. And here are the measurements. I get asked a lot all the time. The app that we use to do this is called Smart Sizer, and it is only available on iPhone, and it is free. So if you use an iPhone, you are in luck. And yeah, it's a great app to have. And this was a great sale, very, very fast. So this is definitely something I would pick up again. Next up is one that I feel like a lot of you might not have known was worth money. This was in a lot that I got from an online auction. This one was listed back in June, so it did take about 2 to 3 months to sell, and it's 4 yellow plastic paper clips. That's all it is. They're big paper clips. They did sell for a best offer of 20, and they sold again. And right at that 2.5, 3 month mark, you can see here they're almost 5 inches and really, really cute though. So when you see stuff like this, like you can see we put office, novelty, decoration, retro. Use those keywords because that's what gets it sold. I was only a couple dollars in, so these are actually about a $15 profit. Next up was a very fast Starbucks mug sale, and there's actually going to be another one that you're going to see as well. These were listed in July, so about 2 months to sell. They sold for full price of $34.99. And I put the three together because I really want to try and hit that $25 sales point. These I picked up in an online auction. I was actually about $15 in. So each of the Starbucks cups I got in that lot were about $5 each. So that's going to make this one about a $17 to $18 profit, but they sold pretty fast. So the guideline for me when I am listing like mugs or plates or anything like that is that if they are not worth $20 to $25 by themselves, I will lot them up to get that sales price that I want. And you can see here, it has the little scooter Vespa. It does have that green interior. There's the Starbucks. And it's 2011, so these are not vintage. They're not overly rare, but that was still a good $35 sale in 2 months. Speaking of the other Starbucks mug, here it is. And it was 2 different buyers on these. So this one was in the same lot. It was listed back in July as well. I paid $5 for it, sold for $20. So it's about a $10 profit. And this one, there were no other ones that made sense to lot up with them. But I'm happy. Look at the little mermaid tail. I'm happy with that $20 sale. And Starbucks mugs, I grab most of them because there are quite a few that are rare. And I think for my research video later this week on Friday, I'm going to do a mug video. So keep an eye out for that. And I'll actually put up top, I already have a mug video. I just want to kind of update that for you guys. So great sale on this one, 2 months, picked it up in an online auction for $5 and a $10 profit. Up next is this Christian Dior sweater. This one was listed back in May, and I actually accepted $45. And the reason for that is this actually has some defects. And it's been 4 months. I figured it was time to just let it go. Accepted $45. I actually paid $20. So it's only going to be about a $17 to $18 profit. So here you can see all of the pictures of it. And here you can see there's a teeny tiny hole. But I will tell you, when you get into these higher dollar names and brands, you want to disclose any little thing like this, because this right here could cause you to have a return. This buyer did see it. They did question it. So $45 sale, took about 3 months. And I would say be negotiable if you have stuff like this that's name brand with flaws. Next up is this Sport Max Mara. This one I accepted a best offer of $40 on. It was listed back in March, so it did take about 6 months to sell. And I would say for our clothes, that's probably about average, is that 6 month point. This is a size 2, so it is a smaller size. I actually got these on an online auction lot for only about $5 each. So I got pretty good deal on these. So this one's still about a $30 profit. You can see the Sport Max made in Italy, definitely things you want to watch out for. Also watch out for Max Mara because it is kind of a mid-range brand, and 6 months I'm happy with, especially making a decent profit. Up next is one that might surprise a lot of you. It might not. This is a 2001. So technically it is vintage. Anything over 20 years is technically vintage. 2001 Sexy Flight Attendant Vintage Tantalizing Takeoffs. It is from 2001, 16-month calendar. And this one sold for full price of $48.99. I only paid a couple of dollars for this thing in an online auction. It was listed back in May, so about 3.5 months to sell, and it's a $40 profit. So you can see here, we did show the photos. Be careful on eBay. Do not show full nudity. It is not allowed. So if you had something with nudity, you need to cover up that nudity in order to photograph it. This one had no total nudity, so we were okay with that. And this one was a really, really good profit. So don't think old calendars won't sell. If they have good photographs, then they can still sell. Next up is going to be one of my misses. This one I definitely, even though it's so gorgeous, I would not pick this up again. And I'm saying that because this thing took, I want to say 2 to 3 years to sell. So I accepted a best offer of $40 and I got it for only $5. So, I mean, I'm still making 30 bucks, but the sell-through rate was just really low. Denby, in my experience, is not that great. So this is an okay profit, but way too long for this one to sell. So this is one I would not pick up again. Up next is some lace, some lingerie lace. All of our lace was listed back in February. So it's been right at that 7-month point, but I was less than $1 into each roll. So this one's going to be about a $14 profit. You can see we did not measure these. We just showed the width of it. I didn't unroll it and measure it. I just didn't think that the time put into measuring it would equal out to the money that I would get for it. And this one sold along with another one. So the buyer bought 2, which typically happens for us when we have a lot of stuff like lace or craft items. We will get those multiple sales, which is nice when you can combine the shipping. And again, 6 to 7 months, but still a pretty decent profit. Next up is this Express Floral Slim Fit. This is a new shirt. Dress shirt, men's XL, size 17, blue button up. You can see I did put tropical and flowers. I got a bunch of these. They were express and I think maybe a couple of Aeropostales from an online auction. I paid $5 each. This one was listed back in May. I did accept a best offer of $35. So it's about a $22 to $23 profit, which is not bad. And shirts are not hard to photograph. You can see here we do have that tag and we do show the measurements again with Smart Sizer. And 3 months on a shirt, I am happy with that turnaround time as well as the profit. All right, here is another miss, another do not buy. And I will tell you, I got this insanely cheap, like for $1 in a big box lot, but it was a bunch of like, just like this, ceramic molds that were hand painted, which is absolutely beautiful. There was a ton of work. I accepted an offer on this of $16. I sent out 50% off because I've had it for years. And it's a really cool piece, but when it comes to like the studio ceramics that are hand painted, my experience, they are kind of one that you should pass over. So this one for me is going to be a $13 profit, really not even worth shipping, but I am glad that it sold. We are making a profit, but be very, very cautionary if you come across these. Most of them are not worth picking up. And here you can see it was signed by the artist, but that really, in all honesty, does not make much of a difference. All right, I told you guys, football, football, football. I just picked this up for $1 less than 3 weeks ago. It sold for full price of $29.99 in just 2.5 weeks. $1 into $29.99, about a $25 profit. It is a tropical Hawaiian chili wear FSU shirt. So not a big known brand. However, it's Hawaiian, it's different, it's fan gear, it's football season. Pick this stuff up. Up next is another really fast sale, under a month. This is an Anthropologie Capri Volcano Scented Candle Iridescent Gold Lid. Sold for full price, $39.99, sold in under a month. I was less than $1 into this. I bought this in a lot from somebody that I've purchased lots before. So this was an in-person buy. I just kind of grouped together a bunch of stuff, paid one price, and this one sold fast. So definitely watch for candles. I'm going to pop up top for you guys. I've done a research video on candles as well, because there are a lot of candles that are worth like crazy money. This one's 40, but some of them are worth hundreds. So definitely something you want to watch out for when you're thrifting or you're at garage sales or estate sales. And this one was a very, very fast sale. Next up is another one that I probably don't need to pick up, and it makes me so sad because I really, really like these. So I don't know that I can say I would not pick these up again because I love them. But you can see I had them on sale for 40% off, which means they've been listed over a year. I think they've been listed 2. Now, I only paid $1 or $2, so there's still like a $13 profit, but I absolutely love them. And they actually have pine straw and rattan. I didn't put the pine straw in the title. Maybe that could have helped me a little bit. These are absolutely beautiful, beautiful handmade trivets. And stuff like this, when I see it, I see the time and effort that goes into it. And I like to rescue stuff like this. So this one, even though it took forever, I think is something I still would pick up again. Let me know if you have stuff like that. You know, we do this, of course, the bottom line is going to be money, but I think that for all of us, we need to have fun and enjoy what we're doing and feel like we have some purpose in it. And for me, a lot of that is stuff like this, rescuing it and finding it new homes. So this one I can say I would probably pick up again. All right, my friends, if you did not see the video, I picked these up at the thrift store, same thing, 3 weeks ago. Picked them up at the thrift store for $1 each, $2. They sold for full price in under 2 weeks. These are Ashley Furniture embroidered leaf set of 2 throw pillows. $50 from 2. This is well over a $40 profit and fast. Watch for pillows. And this one I was able to identify as Ashley Furniture because of Google Lens. So use Google Lens when you're out there thrifting. If a pillow catches your eye and looks to be high quality, check it out. That is my advice to you. Check it out. It was an amazing $40 profit in just a couple of weeks. All right, here is another miss. So you see that 40% off again. So if you're seeing that 40% off sale, that means I had it over a year. This one I had right at a year, and I think I paid like $10 for this. So I actually paid up because I saw Joan Rivers. I really thought it was going to be valuable. I sent them actually an extra 10% off, so it sold for $37.99. So I'm still making like a $22, $23 profit, but it simply took way too long. So I would still pick up Joan Rivers jewelry. I just really, from now on, will be sure to comp the exact piece because this one definitely was not popular enough for picking up, and it took over a year to sell. We have just got a few more on eBay before I move over to Poshmark for you. And this one is a Betsy Johnson purse. This one was listed back in February, so it took about 6.5 months to sell. So anything that's over 3 months, I will send out a 30% off offer. This one sold for $34.29. I paid $5. So this one's going to be about a $23 to $24 profit. Some Betsy Johnson's really valuable. This is one I would pick up again. Just know that some of this stuff takes, 6-8 months to sell. Make sure you have the space if you're picking up stuff that is not fast selling, which is exactly what this was. But I will take that profit from a $5 buy. And I'm not super upset with the 6.5, 7 months. Here's another no-no. So I have a few no-nos every week. As we go through this business, we learn what works, we learn what doesn't work, and hopefully we make decisions based upon that. So this is another one that I would not pick up again. I had this one over 2 years. This is a Bike Week Daytona Beach, Florida 2014 t-shirt. So the big thing with this one is it's Bike Week, but it's not Harley. So that I think is why it took so long. And what sucks is it's a good size. This is an XXL. I ended up having to accept an offer of $14. Now, the nice thing is I got it in a big t-shirt lot. I'm only $1 in, so it's still about a $10 profit, but it took forever. So this is something I definitely would not pick up again because it is Bike Week, but it is not Harley branded. So if it was like a Bike Week Harley shirt, that I would pick up, but being just on a Gildan tag, this is just a screen print shirt. This is something I would leave behind. All right, last up for eBay. These are super cute. These are vintage retro little lion twin sheets. I got these in a big auction buy that I am way under $1 into these. So really, really low buy cost. And I actually had 2. You can see out of stock, 2 are sold. And these are about a $14 profit. They did take almost a year to sell. So they took longer, but sheets and pillowcases really don't take up a ton of room. And so I'm okay with that. Plus, I love the vintage linen. So that goes back into loving what you do. But if you don't have a lot of space, this is something I would pass up. I thought it would sell faster with the cute little lion. It did not. Maybe if I put like this one as a front picture, maybe it would have. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you think if I use like showing the whole lion print, if that would have sold it faster. But still happy with the profit because this was a very, very low buy-in. All right, moving on to Poshmark. This is a Max Mara. So you saw we sold a Max Mara over on eBay. We also sold one over here on Poshmark. This is a floral blouse, 3/4 sleeve. You can see it as medium Italy. Sold for $37. Payout was $29. This one was from a closet buy, $5 in, so $24 profit on this one. And here you can see that Max Mara tag, also the made in Italy. And this one, we had the measurements. We did not use the app yet when we listed this one. So this one took about, I believe, 7 to 8 months. And again, is about a $24 profit. Next up is another piece of linen that was in, I bought bags and bags of linens for just a few dollars per giant trash bag. So this one's less than $1 in, so it's about a $15 profit. Took a little bit longer to sell. It's a Commonwealth of Nations British Empire crest. It is just material. And again, it was stuffed in those bags. I'm a sucker for linen bags because there can be so much money to be made. So $15 profit, took a little bit longer, but again, fabric and linens really, in my opinion, do not take up a ton of space. Next up is one that I think a lot of people might miss. And I see these at the thrift stores all the time. And I get them for $1 or $2. And the payout on this was like $18. So this is like over a $15 profit. It's a vintage Christmas stained glass wreath ornament. I pick up the stained glass stuff. If I can keyword it, I will pick it up. Did take a little longer to sell. This one was about a year to sell. It's 8 inches, but I actually bought a ton of stained glass in a lot, and the majority of it actually sold very, very fast within a couple of months. These here are something I would not buy again. Now, payout was $14. I'm only $1 in, so it's a $13 profit. But they're really not worth much. So even lotting 3 of them together, I still barely made anything. So beware. These are, again, like we showed earlier, they're the little ceramic, like hand painted ones. And stuff like that typically is like mass produced and just not overly popular. These actually, they were not hand painted. They are actually made in China. So this is something I would skip and not get again. They didn't take very long to sell. They only took 3 months, but I still would pass these up if I saw them again. last up is this weekend Max Mara. This is the third Max Mara that sold this week. It's kind of crazy. We've had them since February. We have not sold a ton, and then 3 of them sell in 1 week. So this is a weekend Max Mara, solid black, half sleeve, flower 3D rose spring dress in medium, sold for $55. This one's actually over a $40 profit, so this one's pretty decent. So again, definitely remember that name, Max Mara. I got these in a closet lot with a lot of Max Mara items, and listed, I have the hiccups, listed back in February. Great profit. It's a pretty plain dress, but watch out, again, watch out for the name Max Mara. All right, that was everything for the sales kind of preview recap for the week. Don't forget, Wednesday I am going to do a high dollar only one, and there are some good ones. So you definitely don't want to miss that video on Wednesday. And also we do our weekly podcast on Tuesdays. So make sure you set your reminder for 8 p.m. Eastern and join myself and my co-host Rod along with 2 different special guests every single week, and we answer your reselling questions live. You could also ask YouTube questions, whatever you would like. We will answer whatever you throw at us, and we would love to see you there. I'm going to throw down in the comments for you guys to join my newsletter. I send it out every Monday with some like life updates, some sales tips, and yeah, it's a fun little newsletter. I don't do a ton of spamming or anything like that. I really do appreciate you watching. If you don't mind, please hit the thumbs up on the way out. Share with your friends if you think they would like it. Make sure you're following me and turn on the bell so you get notified when I put out new videos. And I will see you on the next one.